Hey guys, it's Angie McCoy. Our topic this week was closing a group, what we're worried about as potential group leaders, and things that we want to happen in closing a group. In the book, I've been interested in the reading this week about the transference and the counter-transference and the journaling. I just keep going back to the main idea that we're supposed to begin with the end in mind and gently press towards the end, and the ending result being a successful segue back into normal life. We don't need to have the group forever. We don't want to be so dependent on the group that we have to have the group to sustain our congruence with the world. I think the journaling idea is a great idea, and splitting up into dyads during the last few sessions. I think definitely easing into it. And I liked the passage in the book where you really kind of, as the group leader, keep your eye on certain individuals who are having trouble with closing the group, and maybe you can meet with them individually to provide more support. Pair them up with someone in the dyad who is maybe having a better time with the idea of closing the group, and their partner discuss how it is going to impact them getting back into real life, and having their partner reinforce the whole primary goal of being in the self-help group or the group is to get back into congruency and learning things about yourself and the world to help you be more successful in the world when you finish up with your group time. I believe it's a very valid discussion to have. Role play in the dyads or in the whole small group. How are we going to be successful when the group ends? What are our behaviors that we want to leave in the small group and leave in the past? What are our behaviors that we want to carry forth from the small group? What have we learned about ourselves? I think the closing of a group can be a great time of introspection, individually and as a group. But again, I'll go back to begin with the end in mind. Begin knowing this isn't going to be a permanent fixture in my life. This is a choice I've made to join this group. This group is going to help me. This group is here to support me. This group is here to get me back into congruence with the world. I'm going to give it 100% and participate, come to sessions on time, adhere to the group guidelines. As a group leader, I feel that it is important to have group members who are truly willing to adhere to the guidelines and to really try to help themselves. A self-help group, that's the whole premise behind it. And a self-help group may be one that I'm interested in leading. Once you've learned the techniques and you've learned everything from the group, it's time to go and show what you can do in the world without the crutch, per se, of your small group. And it's okay to have the lasting memories. It's okay to like your small group. This past class period, I liked all the members of our small group. I'll see them again in class, but we ended it in such a way that we all felt supported. We all felt nurtured. We all felt cared about, but we knew this is the end. We've got two choices. We can go forth and try to live our lives according to the things that we learned in each activity. Or, as I said, as a group leader, you may recognize, we didn't have any in our group, but you may have somebody in your group who needs that extra time. And you'll be able to spot that a couple of weeks before the closing of the group. So extra warnings. If I were the group leader, I would be like spending extra time, extra warnings, bibliotherapy, maybe the persons who are having trouble take a journal home after each session, write between sessions, so we can exactly see where we are in what we need to do to get the clients back into congruence with the real world, which is the point of the self-help group. I do think the longer groups go on, the more chances are that there can be the transference and the countertransference and the dependency crutch. So I do feel like if I was a group leader, I think we read in the book, they didn't want the group to end. And against the leader's best thoughts, I think maybe he did join them back for a couple of groups. I think it's once you end the group, I think it's very imperative that, the group is over. And that's when the individual groups can come into play, or individual sessions. I love the idea of me being a group leader. As I said, the role plays. I love the bibliotherapy. I love the art therapy side. There are so many things as a group leader that you could bring in to gauge where your group members are. Looking at their artifacts. Looking at how that they view themselves through their artifacts. I just think there are so many ways that you could really, by doing a group, even touch an individual's life and have a great impact in their life. I feel that the checking in from 3 to 6 months is a great idea. As a group leader, I would like to incorporate that, and then you can see where you need to go. Maybe, I don't know what the protocol is about reopening a group or organizing a new group. Some members maybe have moved on, some still, kind of stuck, quote unquote. So I love that idea of checking in periodically. And again, even while the sessions aren't going on, I like the idea of having the journaling. At my school right now, I have a student. She's not coming in to see me in her small group anymore or individually, but we are keeping together with a journal. She is writing her feelings. She leaves it in the counselor's door. I get it. I write back to her. And by doing that, I can kind of gauge where she is, what she needs, and see where she is on her path to congruency with her world. So I appreciate your time, and I've enjoyed this class very much, learning about groups. And again, I say if we begin the group with the end in mind, and always keep in mind that we can't have the group as a crutch, and that we're there to learn life behaviors to carry forth outside of the group, I think that we will have successful group encounters. Thank you.